What do a failed 19th century flying machine,
Okay.
a tech giant that just seems to defy gravity, and a record-breaking polar expedition
Okay.
have in common?
I like this.
It sounds like the start of a bad joke, right?
It does.
But I promise you the answer's way more profound.
Right.
It all comes down to the power of why.
I'm intrigued.
Today, we are diving deep into Simon Sinek's Start with Why
Okay.
to uncover that driving force behind lasting success
All right.
and explore how understanding your why can be the key
Okay.
to unlocking some extraordinary achievements.
Okay.
Before we go any further, though,
Yeah.
if you're finding this deep dive intriguing,
I am.
make sure to hit that subscribe button
Okay.
and the notification bell
Got it.
so you don't miss out on future episodes
Gotcha.
where we unpack all sorts of fascinating ideas.
Sounds good.
Okay, back to Sinek.
Yeah.
His book basically argues that people don't buy what you do.
Okay.
They buy why you do it.
Interesting.
It's about connecting
Yeah.
with the deeper purpose behind a product, a movement, even a life's work.
It's about tapping into that emotional core.
Right, that's exactly right.
Yeah, that resonates with people.
When you truly believe in something,
Yeah.
it's not just a logical decision.
Sure.
It's an emotional connection.
Right.
And that's where the power of why lies.
I agree.
Okay, so let's ground this with a concrete example from the book.
All right.
The Wright brothers versus Samuel Pierpont Langley.
Okay.
Both were brilliant minds trying to achieve the same goal.
Yep.
Build the first airplane.
Right.
But Langley, despite having fame, resources,
Yeah.
and a team of the best minds from the Smithsonian,
Okay.
ultimately failed.
Wow.
The Wright brothers, on the other hand,
Okay.
were driven by this burning passion for flight, this belief in its potential
Right.
to change the world.
Langley's focus was very much on the what. He wanted to achieve fame and fortune from building the first airplane. He was chasing external validation.
It seems like it.
The Wright brothers, however, were all about WHY.
Right.
Their motivation
Wasn't fame or wealth.
wasn't fame or wealth. It
Yeah.
was a deep-seated belief in the transformative power of flight.
And that difference in motivation was everything.
Yeah.
It fueled their perseverance through countless setbacks and ultimately led to their triumph.
Absolutely.
In fact, Sinek points out
Yeah.
that just a few days after the Wright brothers' historic flight,
Yeah.
Langley gave up,
Wow.
seemingly deflated
Yeah.
that someone else had beat him to it.
So Langley's example perfectly illustrates
Yeah.
how a focus on external validation
Right.
can be so fleeting.
It really is.
Once that external reward becomes unattainable,
Yeah.
the drive just disappears.
It goes away.
The Wright brothers, fueled by their intrinsic why,
Right.
likely would have continued exploring
yeah, for sure.
and innovating regardless of others' achievements.
They weren't competing with others.
Exactly.
They were driven by a force bigger than themselves.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that true fulfillment comes from pursuing a purpose that resonates deeply within us,
I agree.
not from chasing external accolades.
Yeah, I like that.
Now, fast forward to the 21st century.
Okay.
Think about a company like Apple.
All right.
They consistently outperform competitors
Yeah.
with comparable resources and talent.
Apple is a fascinating case study because their success goes beyond just having great products.
Right.
They've managed to create a loyal following that borders on fanaticism.
It really does.
And a big part of that, according to Sinek, is their incredibly clear why,
What is it?
challenging the status quo,
Right.
and empowering individuals through technology.
Their Think Different campaign really drove that point home.
Yes.
Featuring icons like Einstein, Gandhi,
Right.
and Martin Luther King Jr.
Exactly.
Individuals who defied norms and pushed boundaries.
That campaign wasn't just about selling computers.
No.
It was about aligning themselves with a deeper set of values,
I see.
a why, that resonated with people who saw themselves as change makers.
Oh, wow.
It's like they created a tribe of those who dare to think different.
Right.
And Sinek argues that Apple's success can be attributed to this very idea.
Yeah.
They communicate from the inside out, starting with WHY, then how, then what.
Yeah.
This is his famous golden circle framework.
Right.
Most companies do the opposite,
Right.
leading with what they do,
Right.
then how to be they're different.
Okay.
But inspiring companies flip the script.
That's a subtle but powerful distinction.
It is.
By leading with WHY,
Yeah,
companies like Apple create a sense of purpose that draws people in.
exactly.
If you're just listing features and benefits, you're appealing to logic.
Right.
But when you tap into a shared why, you're appealing to emotion, to a sense of belonging. Speaking of connecting with a wider audience, if you're enjoying this deep dive,
I am.
Don't forget to share it with your friends.
Okay.
The more the merrier, as they say.
That's right.
But back to Apple and their why.
Okay.
They even changed their legal name in 2007.
Really?
From Apple Computer, Inc.
Wow.
to just Apple Inc. Reflecting their evolution beyond just making computers.
That name change wasn't just a cosmetic tweak.
I see.
It was a powerful signal that they were shifting from defining themselves by what they produced to why they existed. It was a public declaration of their broader purpose of empowering individuals, not just selling gadgets.
It's like they were saying, we're not just in the computer business, we're in the business of empowering people.
Exactly.
And that shift resonated with their audience, creating a sense of loyalty that transcended product cycles and technological advancements.
Think about the iconic Apple logo. It's more than just a brand identifier.
What is it?
It's become a symbol of innovation, creativity, and challenging conventions.
That's powerful.
People get it tattooed on their bodies.
Wow.
That's a powerful testament to the emotional connection they have with the brand's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've seen how powerful starting with why can be.
Absolutely.
Both for individuals like the Wright brothers
Yeah.
and for companies like Apple.
Right.
But the question remains,
Okay.
how do we uncover our own why?
Yeah. How do we do that?
How do we find that deeper purpose
Right.
that drives us forward
Right.
and inspires others to join our journey?
That's where things get really interesting.
All right.
And that's what we'll be exploring in part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good.
We'll delve into Sinek's framework for clarifying your why.
All right.
And we'll examine some inspiring examples of individuals and organizations that have mastered the art of living and leading with purpose.
I can't wait.
Welcome back to our deep dive into Simon Sinek Start with Why.
It's good to be back.
We've been exploring how understanding your why can be a real game changer
You can.
in achieving success
Yeah.
and inspiring others.
We've seen some compelling examples so far.
We have.
From the Wright brothers taking flight
Right?
to companies like Apple and Harley-Davidson building loyal followings that border on cultural phenomena.
Yeah, they really have.
It seems like having a clear why is the secret sauce
I think it is.
behind lasting impact and genuine connection.
Absolutely.
And in this part of our exploration,
Okay.
we're going to delve into the fascinating link between why and trust.
I'm intrigued.
It's a connection that plays a crucial role
Okay.
in building those loyal followings
Yeah.
and creating movements that change the world.
All right, let's talk trust.
Okay, trust.
It's obviously essential in our personal lives,
Of course.
but how does it translate to the business world?
That's a good question.
How does a company earn trust?
Is it just about delivering a good product or service?
Sinek argues that true trust goes beyond just fulfilling functional needs.
So it's more than that.
It's about believing in a company's why, feeling like they genuinely care about something bigger than just making a profit.
They're not just in it for the money.
It's about sensing that they have our best interests at heart.
So it's about connecting with customers on a deeper level.
Yes.
Making them feel like they're part of something meaningful, something that resonates with their own values.
Exactly.
And a great example of this is Southwest Airlines.
Okay.
They've consistently been one of those profitable airlines.
They have.
And Sinek attributes a large part of that success to their strong culture of trust.
Okay.
Both internally among employees and externally with customers.
I see.
They've created a sense of shared purpose that permeates the entire organization.
You know, it's funny you mentioned Southwest.
Yeah.
Because I recently heard a story. Oh, really?
About how their former president, Howard Putnam,
Okay.
once realized he was a perfect fit for the company when he noticed the CEO, Herb Kelleher, had a hole in his sock. It sounds like a small detail.
It does.
But it speaks volumes about their down-to-earth, people-first approach.
That anecdote perfectly captures Southwest's why.
It does.
It's not about corporate polish or stuffy professionalism.
No, not at all.
It's about genuine human connection.
Right.
Creating a sense of family and shared purpose.
They're not just flying planes.
No.
They're connecting people and making travel a more enjoyable human experience.
It's like they understand that happy, valued employees translate to happy, loyal customers.
I agree.
It's a simple formula.
It is.
But so many companies seem to miss the mark.
They do.
They get caught up in profits and metrics,
Right.
forgetting that their people are the heart of their business.
And that brings us to a crucial point.
Okay.
What gets measured gets done.
If companies solely focus on metrics like sales figures and profit margins, those become the driving force, often at the expense of employee well-being and customer satisfaction.
So how do you measure something like trust?
Right.
It's not exactly a quantifiable metric.
It's not.
Sinek doesn't really provide a formula, does he?
No, but he provides some inspiring examples of companies that have figured out how to measure what truly matters.
Like that.
Things like employee satisfaction, customer loyalty, and the overall impact they're making on the world.
I see.
One example that might surprise you is Bridgeport Financial.
What's that?
A collections agency.
Wait, a collections agency?
Yeah.
That's not exactly an industry known for its warm and fuzzy approach to customer service.
No, it's not.
They're usually known for aggressive tactics and relentless pursuit of payment.
But Bridgeport Financial is different.
How so?
Their founder, Christina Harbridge, believes that everyone deserves to be treated with respect.
Interesting.
Even if they're struggling financially. Yeah. So instead of using intimidation and pressure tactics, she trained her agents to listen to people's stories and understand their circumstances.
So they actually took the time to connect with people on a human level.
They did.
Even though their job was ultimately to collect money.
Yes.
That seems counterintuitive.
It does.
And what's remarkable is that this approach actually led to better financial results.
It did.
They collected 3 times more than the industry average.
Wow.
Because people were more willing to cooperate when they felt heard and understood.
It's a powerful testament to the idea that building trust, even in an unlikely setting like a collections agency, can lead to better outcomes for everyone involved.
It's a win-win situation.
It is.
It's not just about being ethical. It's also good business.
Exactly.
And another example Sinek highlights is a construction company called Honors Construction.
Right?
Their founder, Dwayne Honor, is passionate about work-life balance. And believes that employees should have time for their families and personal lives.
Makes sense.
So he implemented a system where employees are penalized if they work beyond a certain number of hours.
What?
Wait, penalized.
Yeah.
So they're actually incentivized to leave work on time.
They are.
And spend time with their loved ones.
That's right.
That seems almost radical.
It is.
In today's workaholic culture.
And the results speak for themselves.
They do.
Honors Construction has higher employee retention rates, increased productivity, and a reputation as a company that truly values its people.
These examples really highlight how we often measure the wrong things in our pursuit of success.
I agree.
We get so caught up in numbers and targets
We do.
that we forget about the human element, the importance of building trust and fostering genuine connections.
It's a trap that's easy to fall into.
It really is.
Especially in today's data-driven world.
Yeah.
But Sinek reminds us that while metrics are important, they shouldn't come at the expense of our values.
For sure.
And the well-being of our people.
So we've seen how companies like Southwest, Bridgeport Financial, and Honors Construction have successfully integrated their why into their operations and culture.
Absolutely.
But what happens when that why starts to fade?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Sinek talks about this split.
He does.
That could occur as companies grow, right?
Yes, he calls it the split, and it's a crucial turning point in an organization's life cycle. It's that moment when the clarity of why starts to diminish, often as a result of rapid growth, leadership changes, or a shift in priorities.
And the consequences of this split can be pretty significant.
They can. Yeah.
Companies can lose their way. Their culture can erode. And they can even end up looking like a completely different organization than the one they started out as.
And Sinek argues that this split often happens when companies start focusing more on what they do and how they do it, losing sight of the WHY that drove their initial success. It's like a ship losing its compass.
And we've seen this happen time and time again, haven't we?
Yeah.
Companies achieve success.
Yeah.
They get bigger. They become more bureaucratic. And that initial spark, that why, gets lost in the shuffle.
One of the most poignant examples Sinek provides is the story of Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
After Sam Walton's death,
What happened?
He built the company on a foundation of trust, respect for employees, and a commitment to serving the community.
Right.
But after he was gone, the focus shifted to cost-cutting and maximizing profits, sometimes at the expense of those core values.
And that shift had a ripple effect throughout the company, didn't it?
It did.
They faced criticism for their labor practices, their reputation suffered, and they even struggled to maintain their dominance in the retail market.
Right?
It's like they lost their soul, that special something that made them stand out.
It's a cautionary tale about the importance of preserving your why.
It is.
Especially as companies grow and evolve without that guiding principle.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in the pursuit of short-term gains, compromising the values that made you successful in the first place.
So how do you prevent this split from happening?
Right.
Is it inevitable as companies get bigger?
That's the challenge.
Is there a way to maintain that sense of purpose and avoid losing sight of the why amidst the complexities of growth?
That's what we'll explore in the final part of our deep dive.
All right.
We'll look at some potential solutions and inspiring examples of companies that have managed to maintain their why as they've scaled.
Speaking of scaling, if you're finding value in this deep dive, you might enjoy our other episodes, where we explore a wide range of fascinating topics, from the science of happiness to the future of artificial intelligence.
We're always looking for new ideas to explore. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment below. We love hearing from our viewers.
And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. So you don't miss out on future deep dives.
Sounds good.
But for now, let's take a short break, and we'll be back soon to explore how to preserve your why.
All right.
And continue building that all-important megaphone.
I can't wait.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Simon Sinek's Start with Why.
We've explored a lot so far. The power of why, the importance of trust, the roles of different personality types, and the practical steps to put these ideas into action.
But now let's get practical. How do we actually put these ideas into action?
How do we do that?
How can we clarify our own why? Build that megaphone to amplify our message and ultimately inspire others.
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
We've seen how impactful a strong why can be.
We have.
But how do we go beyond theory and actually make it happen?
Sinek offers some really insightful guidance in his book.
He does.
He starts by emphasizing the importance of clarity. You have to know your why deep down in your gut before you can even begin to communicate it to others.
It's like having a compass.
It is.
If you don't know where you're headed, how can you possibly lead anyone else there?
And it's not just about having a vague sense of purpose.
No, it's not.
Sinek stresses the importance of being able to articulate your why clearly and succinctly. It should be like a concise mission statement. Something that captures the essence of what you believe in and why you do what you do.
So it's not just about feeling it. It's about being able to express it in a way that resonates with others.
And once you have that clarity, you can start building your megaphone. Remember Sinek's Golden Circle framework? WHY, how, W, what? Once you've defined your WHY, you can start thinking about the HW, the actions you take to bring your why to life. And then the what is simply the tangible expression of your why, the products you create, the services you offer, the way you interact with the world.
So it's about aligning all those pieces, ensuring that everything you do reflects your core why.
Walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Exactly.
Sinek uses the analogy of a bad date.
Oh, really?
If you're on a date and the person keeps bragging about their accomplishments, their possessions or connections, but never reveals who they really are, what they believe in. Would you be interested in a second date?
Probably not.
It would feel superficial.
It would.
No depth.
You want to connect with someone on a deeper level? Understand their values. What makes them tick.
And it's the same in business.
It is.
If a company just focuses on what they do and how they do it without revealing their WHY, it's hard to build a genuine connection with customers.
I agree.
It feels transactional, not inspirational.
Speaking of authenticity, one of the most striking examples from the book is Harley Davidson.
They are a great example.
People are literally tattooing their logo on their bodies.
Wow.
That's a level of devotion that most brands can only dream of.
And Sinek attributes this fierce loyalty to Harley's unwavering commitment to their why, freedom, rebellion, brotherhood. It's about more than just motorcycles.
It is.
It's about a sense of belonging, a shared identity, a way of life that resonates deeply with their customers.
And that why is evident in everything they do, from their marketing to their events to the design of their bikes. It's not just a product.
No.
It's a symbol of something much bigger.
But let's say you're not selling something as inherently cool as motorcycles. What if you're in an industry that's not typically seen as exciting or inspiring, like insurance or accounting software? How do you find that compelling why and build a megaphone that truly resonates with people?
That's where it gets really interesting. Sinek argues that any organization, regardless of industry, can find its why.
So how do they do that?
It's about looking beyond the functional aspects of what you do and tapping into the deeper human needs that you're fulfilling.
So for insurance, it's not just about protecting people from financial loss. It's about providing peace of mind, security, the ability to pursue their dreams without fear.
And for accounting software, it's not just about crunching numbers.
No.
It's about empowering businesses to make informed decisions, achieve their goals, and ultimately make a positive impact.
It's about finding that emotional core, the why, that connects with people on a deeper level. And once you've identified that, you can start building your megaphone, crafting a message that resonates with those who share your beliefs.
And remember, your megaphone doesn't have to be a literal one.
What do you mean?
It's about finding creative ways to amplify your message. Whether it's through your products, your marketing, your company culture, or the way you interact with your customers.
So what are some practical tips for companies that want to clarify their why, build their megaphone, and inspire their audience? Where do they even begin?
It all starts with leadership. The leaders of the organization need to be crystal clear about their why and embody those values in everything they do.
So they need to set a good example.
They set the tone, create the culture, and inspire others to follow their lead.
It's not enough to just write a mission statement and hang it on the wall.
No.
It has to be lived and breathed by the people at the top.
It does.
Actions speak louder than words. And it's also about finding ways to communicate your why consistently across all channels. Your marketing should reflect your why. Your website should articulate it clearly. Your hiring practices should attract people who believe in what you believe.
It's about creating a cohesive experience.
It is.
Ensuring that everything you do reinforces your core message.
And it's not just about external communication.
No, it's not.
It's also about internal communication. Making sure that your employees understand and embrace the why.
Absolutely.
Your employees are your most powerful ambassadors.
Yes, they are.
If they believe in your why, they'll become your most passionate advocates.
Exactly.
Spreading the word organically and attracting like-minded individuals to your organization.
It's about creating a culture where the why is more than just a slogan.
I see.
It's a shared belief system that drives everything you do.
And that's how you build a truly inspiring organization.
It is.
One that attracts loyal customers, passionate employees, and ultimately makes a positive impact on the world.
I think we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive. We've explored the power of why, the importance of trust, the roles of different personality types, and the practical steps to put these ideas into action.
It's been a fascinating journey into the heart of what makes individuals and organizations truly successful and impactful.
And we hope it's inspired you to think about your own why, the why behind your organization, and how you can use these principles to create a more meaningful and impactful life and work.
Before we wrap up, we want to thank you, our amazing listeners.
We do.
For joining us on this deep dive.
Thank you.
We appreciate your curiosity.
We do.
Your engagement. And your willingness to explore these big ideas with us.
And if you're hungry for more thought-provoking content, be sure to check out our other episodes where we explore a wide range of fascinating topics.
Sounds good.
There's always something new to discover.
We're passionate about sharing knowledge.
We are.
And inspiring others to think differently.
Absolutely.
So keep asking why
Yeah.
Stay curious.
Stay curious.
And we'll see you on our next deep dive.
See you then.